Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 actors who have done the most sex scenes.
Are you?
For this list, we'll be ranking the thespians who have spent the most time getting down on screen. What was the first movie sex scene you ever saw? Let us know in the comments. Or don't, no pressure. Number 10, Leonardo DiCaprio. Sex scenes occur within movies for a number of reasons. Some are completely gratuitous, while others are either central to the plot or serve to inform us about a character's behaviour or moral compass.
What if he's in surgery?
Do you really think I have to go?
Leonardo DiCaprio's work to this end has largely fallen within the latter, whether by underlining a character's recklessness, as in The Wolf of Wall Street, or emphasising real love and desire, a la Titanic. DiCaprio's intimate scenes usually feel natural to his character's motivations, and largely eschew any feelings of sleaze or exploitation. In other words, they just sort of make sense. Number 9, Julianne Moore. Julianne Moore is another performer whose acting chops never come into question, no matter how many sex scenes she's performed over the years. Moore appeared in horror flicks such as Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, and experienced on-screen nudity early on with the Madonna vehicle, Body of Evidence. Whereas those early experiences served primarily to focus upon Moore's natural beauty, her performance in something like Paul Thomas Anderson's Boogie Nights delivers far more than mere titillation. Instead, her characterization of Amber Waves, an adult film actress, is nuanced, and her sensual scene has considerable pathos. As a result, Julianne Moore's racy scene filmography feels nicely balanced between the prurient and the tasteful. Number 8, Ben Affleck.
I was in love with her.
Traditionally, there has been a greater acceptance of female frontal nudity than of male frontal nudity in films. In recent years, that has changed somewhat, resulting in a more level playing field with regards to these levels of nudity in film. Ben Affleck was ahead of the curve, in a way, when it comes to spearheading, pun intended, this sentiment. Affleck famously went full frontal in 2014's Gone Girl, and he has been included in some steamy goings-on in other films as well. They may not have featured Ben going full Monty in quite the same way, but that hasn't meant they weren't hot anyway.
Once they go, I go.
Number 7, Mark Wahlberg. A young Mark Wahlberg felt very comfortable showing off his physique while performing as Marky Mark. And while not explicit, the memorable rollercoaster love scene in Fear was more intense than it seemed it would be from the script. But fast forward to a married adult Mark Wahlberg in 2013, and the actor actually refused to shoot a graphic scene, on the grounds that it would make his wife upset and uncomfortable. Of course, the actor has engaged in more than enough of this sort of content over the years, including one played for laughs with comedian Eliza Schlesinger for the Netflix film Spencer Confidential.
We're in the window right now, Spencer.
Number 6, Tom Cruise. Here's a question. Which type of movie more often contains spicy scenes? Mainstream films or independent films? It's difficult to say, but there's no denying that big-budget Hollywood blockbusters have historically included such scenes. This is often in an effort to cast the widest net with regards to audience attention, and this means that many capital S movie stars like Tom Cruise have a surprising amount of provocative scenes on their resumes. Cruise has gotten down in everything from American Made and Top Gun to Risky Business and Eyes Wide Shut. None of these scenes have hurt his bankability or reputation, and he's remained Tom friggin' Cruise throughout it all.
Oh, honey, what's the if this ain't the greatest country in the world?
Number 5, Sharon Stone. There's no dancing around the subject of gender bias in Hollywood sex scenes when it comes to Sharon Stone, whose career encompasses many high-profile and downright iconic steamy scenes. Of course, the acting ability of Stone, like the aforementioned Julianne Moore, should never come into question. Additionally, Stone's screen presence during these sex scenes transcends mere titillation to, and we use this phrase once again, feel natural with regards to her legacy. The actress has been vocal in recent years about the inappropriate demands asked of her. We're glad that the backstage politics of Hollywood harassment has come to light, but it should never have been allowed to happen in the first place. Number 4. Brad Pitt. There's a reason why a shirtless Brad Pitt in his mid-50s appearing in 2019's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood garnered the same reaction as a shirtless Brad Pitt in his 20s filming Thelma and Louise. He's just an incredibly handsome and hot fella. Perhaps one of Hollywood's most appealing leading men.
Simon says, everybody down on the floor.
As a result, Pitt has appeared in more than his fair share of lusty scenes. They varied wildly in tone over the years, just as Pitt's filmography has featured him playing everyone from Achilles to the personification of sexy death in Meet Joe Black.
Thank you.
Pitt's on-screen antics don't seem to have slowed down either, with 2022's Babylon truly pushing the envelope with an excessive amount of mainstream nudity.
I think we have a problem.
Number 3. Robert Pattinson. The on-screen sex life of Robert Pattinson has certainly graduated big time from the rather innocent romance novel sequences he performed in the Twilight franchise.
I'm never gonna get enough of this.
Indeed, Pattinson's levels of amorousness actually became rather infamous for the multiple roles where Pattinson didn't even possess an on-screen partner. That's right, the actor filmed sequences of self-pleasure in no less than 4 films, including 2019's The Lighthouse. That takes a certain amount of courage, and we salute him for venturing where few actors willingly go. And of course, that doesn't mean that Pattinson shies away from intimate scenes with others as well. Number 2. Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal is one of those actors that can shine with almost any sort of material. Doesn't matter if he's performing in genre fare or art house material. The man is one of Hollywood's most reliable thespians. As a result, there aren't too many skeletons in the man's closet. Well, apart from maybe Bubble Boy and Prince of Persia. Anyway, Gyllenhaal has shot memorable racy scenes for films like Love and Other Drugs, The Good Girl, and Brokeback Mountain. 3 very different films where the actor plays 3 very different characters. Through it all, Jake Gyllenhaal's reputation as an A-list talent remains secure.
I think it's time for you to go.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. KEANU Reeves. Speaking of reputations, KEANU Reeves has long been known to be rather reclusive when it comes to revealing too much about his private life. That said, the actor's extensive steamy scene resume is anything but private, with approximately 12 confirmed such scenes at the time of this writing. They range from the comedic, like Feeling Minnesota, to the disturbing, a la 1986's cult classic River's Edge. Reeves has also opened up about one particularly challenging sequence he shot for Eli Roth's 2015 remake of Death Game. Roth's version, titled Knock Knock, featured the director's then-wife, Lorenza Izzo, and star Reeves getting it on, under Roth's supervision, of course. Awkward.
You've been a very bad boy, Evan.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.